What's good, y'all? Back with episode 4, keeping it moving. But before, for this time, my little pre-talk is I want to touch on the stuff where the cat said that there have been multiple humans that he's met in the ever after. And, usually at first I was like, oh, maybe it's just other random people who fell down here besides Alex. But then again, giving it more thought like I always do, I remember back in I think it was episode 1 in my talk before that, I pointed out that there was a reflection in the little portrait of Ruby falling in the intro. There was a reflection that wasn't Alice's in the mirror. It was hers, and then there was something that looked like almost like a boy's reflection, and I wasn't too sure about that. So I was like, hey, maybe Alex came down here with someone else again, and it seems like that's going to be the case. If you look in the opening, there are little 2 puffs of smoke going over the RWBY logo, and at first I was like, oh, it's just an artistic choice because it looks cool. That's nothing. But going off of last episode, it's like Neo came down in a yellow streak, so it's like, oh, that seems to signify something. So so I'm guessing if Alex has aura, it's gonna be blue. And I'm thinking maybe the 2 people here, if she fell with somebody that it looks like, they might be related, because there's a darker blue, and then there's like a more kind of light baby bluish. So I'm wondering if that's kind of signifying like an older, younger sibling relationship, or any other type of ways that they could be related. Plus, last time I also pointed out that like, oh, there are footprints on the beach next to Alice, because I didn't realize that at first. But it's like, okay, so maybe that's signifying that someone else has walked that path, Originally, again, I thought that they were just using that as a way to mirror Alex to RWBY, especially because they have Crescent Rose wash up on the show right after Alex leaves. But again, that could just be whoever else came with Alex, Because, again, last episode, we saw Neo just landing in the ever after. So it seems like people come down here, like time moves differently. Like people come down here in different ways, in different places. And at least so far, it doesn't seem like there's really a rhyme or reason as to what leads to that. So maybe just those 2 accidentally ended up falling in the same place. And that's who Shiva came down with. Originally I thought that the blacksmith might have been Alex, like if she stayed in Wonderland, or a version of her stayed in Wonderland. But now I'm thinking that it might be whoever she came down here with, like when Alex chose to go back, they chose to stay. Like whatever they found in Wonderland was just, it connected with them so much they chose to not go back to Remnant instead. And that it also is interesting because I'm assuming that when Alex went back to Remnant, she's the one that wrote the fairy tale, The Girl Who Fell Through the Water, which is why it follows her story, because she experienced it. But it's interesting that she never makes, or at least I'm guessing, never makes mention of falling down here with someone, because they don't seem to know anyone else besides Alex. And I say they, I'm like, Team RWBY, Oscar, they never mention anyone outside of Alex for this story. So it's just like, I'm wondering if she didn't bring that up to maybe, like maybe it was part of their wishes to not be brought up if Alex was gonna make a story about it or something like that. I'm not sure, but it's a very interesting fact that I would love to see play out. So let's just get into the episode. 3, 2, 1, play. And again, there was no episode title. Still working out those kinks on Crunchyroll, I see, but you know what? That's fine. Now, I mean, episode 4 is usually focused on Yang before, right? Like, I think that's been like a trend since, again, 4th letter in the team name, so she gets the 4th episodes a lot. And those were the puffs of smoke I was talking about. But, so it would be interesting if we go that well, and it'll be weird though, since she's tiny. It's probably not gonna happen, just like her specifically. It's probably just gonna, I don't know, it's probably still gonna be like another team-based episode. Maybe a little bit more Neo? Maybe Jean? Still haven't seen him? It'll be interesting to see if he's just now gonna fall, like, again, well, yeah, he was the last one to fall, so he would be the last one in the year after as well. So since we're going like that, and the Jabberwocky is still like the biggest question mark I have of this volume, because I don't even know where to place it in anything. Or Jabberwocky, I should say. The Jabberwocky is the poem, but it's actually called the Jabberwock, and now someone right here it's the Jabberwocky. So I should quit doing that, you know. It's like calling the monster Frankenstein, you know. It's Frankenstein's monster, not Frankenstein is the doctor, you know. But it's whatever. Okay. I just ramble a lot sometimes. I try and cut that out. Oh man. Okay, here we go. So go like piss, 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 piss.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Yep.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
So just call it kitty.
Come on, kitty. The cat's range quarters. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Yep, so it's literally its hindquarters because it's split, right? Yeah.
Hello, cat. Curious cat?
Yep.
Which one do you go by?
Sure.
I don't go by. That belongs to the days and the years. But if you are asking me what I am,
Like
I
the
do
days and
suppose
years
I
go
am
by.
indeed a cat. Most curious.
Of course. Look, my friends and I really need to get to that giant tree, and so far nothing we've tried has gotten us any further. It looks to me like we're even farther.
Yeah, I think that's because we're 6 inches tall.
Yeah.
It could be both.
The tree. Tree, 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 tree.
It's so weird looking at them like that.
That is most definitely impossible. You do not go to the tree goes to you, unless of course you're me.
It's so weird. Unless your trees go to you.
Not even a little bit.
Well, that's your problem. It's a matter of perspective, I'm afraid.
But couldn't you take us then? You've been there before.
So why would I ever want to go back?
So is it like
Yes.
you go when you're
I'm glad
ready?
we understand one another. No sense in seeing a sight seen.
Please. You helped Alex when she was...
Alex? Alex? Alex?
Yes.
How do you know her? Are you friends of hers? Lifelong nemesis? Wait, don't tell me. Okay, no, tell me.
Well, we don't know her personally.
She wrote a book about her entire adventure in the ever after.
Right, and that's what I said. So
Is
yeah.
it well liked?
It's kind of a childhood favorite of everyone's, where we're from.
Yes. Oh, please, I simply must know more. What did she write about? How was I portrayed? And do I smell a mouse?
Hide a little.
From one cat to
Keep
another.
'em safe.
Could you give us a minute, please?
Oh, so they're spoken for. Well, please hurry. I have so many, many questions.
Are we sure they're not called the constantly annoying cat?
Got him. Totally roasted.
Hey.
Thank you.
Guys, the curious cat was described as an ally with an appetite for information. Just because they don't want to go back to the tree doesn't mean we can't lure them there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need to keep their attention along the way. That shouldn't be too hard. We know all sorts of...
The cat's gone.
No!
So I was about to say, like, if you somehow spark their interest in a way that needs them to go to the tree, like it's something they can only find out
Didn't you have
at the
questions
tree,
for us? We'd be happy to answer
then you
them.
could go there.
I sense a butt approaching.
And it's not his. It's whatever.
I mean, we do still need to go to the tree, but that'll take ages, right? Plenty of time to tell you all the stuff from our world. Look, ever seen a scroll before? Ooh.
Ooh, shiny.
Rectangle. Ooh. What does this button do? Why is it painting tiny flat versions of me? Is that what I look like smiling?
Hook,
So many
line,
more
and
questions.
sinker.
How exciting. So, the old man and the boy share a body now? Well, that's got some uncomfortable implications. Who thought that was a helpful way to reincarnate?
Especially for
the
Rose
same people who
Golden.
put a city in the sky. Oh, speaking of Atlas, did that CL girl from the Vital Festival ever come back in a notable way? There's just so many characters to keep track of. Wait, what was my original
Does
question?
she? Tell me, Kubi.
It's your turn. You have asked about the origins of Remnant.
That's right. Woo, those two brothers. Talk about a god complex, am I right? All in all, a rather entertaining summary, though I felt some of the character voices were a bit uninspired. Looking at you, wise huntress.
Again.
Can't do that to me, man.
Just
oh my
once.
god.
Apologies. To your credit, you lot certainly know more about the beginnings of Remnant than Alex did. That girl could barely see past her own nose.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, you know. Just hilariously concerned with trivial things.
So was she like
Yeah,
tunnel
but
visioned?
she learned her lesson in the end, right?
I'd certainly say so. Oh, would you look at that? The edge of the garden's acre.
Well, because Oscar said that like when she came back, she wasn't who she was when she left, right? I don't remember exactly what he said about Alex when she was someone, but he said it like something happened to her down here,
This entire world
basically.
is put together like a bunch of mixed up puzzle pieces. How does anyone make sense of this?
Each acre is made specifically for its inhabitants and their roles. Is it not like that on Remnant?
No?
How strange. It never even occurred to me to ask that before.
I have a question I'd like to ask. How much longer before we're back to regular size?
Not long at all. The garden is just down this path and is sure to have all the ingredients we need for a lovely Grogurt parfait. Just don't go talking to anyone without me. If you're not careful.
We might get our heads cut off.
That is how we met, isn't it? Oh, you Remnant folk are such troublemakers.
Well, I'm sure we'll cause a lot less trouble once we're back to normal.
Bah! I don't see what all the fuss is about. Some of my best friends are 6 inches tall. If I were you, I'd be more worried about... Oh, who was that scary sorceress you mentioned?
Salem?
Salim? Salem? How many more relics does she need to end the world again?
Dos.
How are you even supposed to stop her now that Atlas is gone?
Now that Alice is? Do you mean Penny? Or can Alex actually do something for him?
Hey, Rubes, maybe we shouldn't worry about home right now. We've got enough problems to...
The cat! What? Oh, no, I wasn't paying attention. Where did they go now?
Oh, they saw a bug.
And you didn't say anything?
It was a very interesting bug.
Enough to
Of all
catch
the
its
characters
curiosity?
from the book, why did it have to be the cat? Why couldn't we have gotten help from the lively carpenter or the rusted knight? One was sweet, one was handsome, and neither of them had the attention span of a goldfish.
You know, I bet you could
handsome
find a
knight?
goldfish in one of these ponds.
John's down here somewhere?
Hey, do you hear that?
That's the caterpillar, probably. Because it seemed like it was in this kind of biome, I guess. Acos, they called them.
Is this the garden?
It certainly looks like a garden. But where's that humming coming from?
Didn't it like smoke a pipe in the movie?
What are you?
Something like that?
I am getting really tired of that question.
What question?
Do you have a definitive answer for it, though?
What are you?
Oh, that question. Isn't it obvious? I am an herbalist.
Okay.
The herbalist. At least. Until I'm not anymore.
Until you're not.
Oh, good. Well, all questions answered then.
Sorry to bother,
I mean,
but,
I guess then have a
my
different
friends and I
role
could use some
if
help.
he changes.
See, we're trying
Like
to get to that
always.
giant tree, but
Help getting to the tree. Ah, yes. Everyone needs help these days. Everyone.
And that's probably the room with the glow from the trailer,
Well,
right?
are you coming in or aren't you?
you can make us a Grogurt parfait, right?
Yeah, okay. Weird, it's not where I thought it would be.
I must say, you all seem a bit, hesitant. What did you say you were again?
We're huntresses.
Good
And
answer.
what exactly does a huntress
So you
do?
don't say human.
Fight monsters, I guess. I'm sorry, I don't understand why this matters.
I don't understand how you don't understand. I am an herbalist. I make medicines and remedies to help others on their journeys. It is what I am.
Okay.
So, do you know what a huntress is, or do you guess?
Huntresses are heroes. We protect those who can't protect themselves.
This is kind of like what
Thank you.
Oobleck accident, like back in
Now,
Volume 2. You know, like
Would
what
you
the
say
girls were
that
they
you're
wanted to
good
do.
huntresses?
It's almost like that same lesson.
Look, can you help us or not?
I am trying.
Trying to
But you
understand
are
who
making
you
this
are.
far more complicated than it needs to be. We all have our titles, our roles to play. But in order to help you become whatever it is you need to become, you should really have a better understanding of what you are now.
Right, because they're starting to doubt themselves.
How do we open mushroom door?
This is how a king winds up a prince. Follow me. My work is
Yeah,
never
with the
done.
king winds up. So the king's not dead. He probably went through the same thing and ended up not fully like realizing what it meant to be king, or I guess, or like king in his eyes, and whatever he thought of was more the role of a prince is what it came out to be, I guess. So that's what it changed him to. Like maybe he saw himself as not worthy to be king.
Take a seat.
Actually, I think maybe we should be going. Right, Ruby?
This won't take long.
That's interesting.
Just answer the questions. What are you?
Don't do shrooms, kids. Gonna end up stealing a giant caterpillar. Oh, are we gonna get the little darkened room visions? Because it looks like that kind of smoke.
Are you sure you know? You have to be sure of what you are and of what you're going to be.
Blake! Ruby! What? You don't have to go forward, you know? You could go back. Back to before. What? What are you talking about? It's simple, really. You could just be human. Or just a cat, if you wanted. Really, it's up to you.
That must be tough.
Why would I do that? Like I said, it's simple. Much simpler than trying to be a bridge between humans and faunus. Why struggle with that responsibility?
The Schnee name. Why bother anymore?
It's cool seeing them
What does
like
it even
this
stand for now?
in the Maya engine.
Instead, you could be a nobody. Could you imagine? Not a single bit of baggage upon your shoulders.
All the problems they
what
go
you
through.
To be free?
To be something simpler?
To be whole again?
Ooh.
No. My losses, my failures, those more than anything are what have shaped me into who I am. Showed me how I need to grow.
Go off,
If there's something
Quentin.
I'm missing, it's not because I've lost it.
Go off.
It's because I haven't found it yet.
Ooh.
And the only way to do that is to keep going.
Wait.
A simple life wouldn't be my life. My family, my friends, my culture. I belong to them just as much as they belong to me.
Yes, ma'am.
To give that all away wouldn't be simplicity. It would be betrayal.
I don't know who you think you are, but let me tell you who I am. I am the granddaughter of a hero and the child of a villain. I am a citizen of a fallen kingdom and an heir to nothing. I will not be defined by my name because I will be the one to define it. I am Weiss Schnee.
That's some Golan Logon type stuff.
I am a huntress.
I am a huntress.
See, but they're all
I am a
confident in
huntress.
what they are. Ruby,
So, are you a huntress?
she doesn't know anymore.
Like the ones you read about in books? I don't know. They always saved the day, didn't they? Always knew what to do. Always won in the end.
But life isn't like a fairy tale.
Exactly.
That's right. It's up to you to make things better, isn't it? Everything all depends on you. Your sister needs you. Your friends need you. The whole world needs you to keep fighting forever and ever against an invincible monster that took your mother.
Oof.
Mom was the best, but even she failed. And that doesn't seem fair. None of this seems fair.
What am I supposed to do?
To find something to keep fighting for.
You can do whatever you want. Be whoever you want. You don't even have to be Ruby Rose. So, what are you gonna be?
Get away from her!
Cat come in clutch.
Oh my, that's a bit much.
So she didn't answer.
Look at yourself.
So
You're done. You're supposed to be helping others
Is she
find
good?
their way, but you've lost your own. Please, let me help. And take a little bit of my heart. You'll feel much better.
So he did do something to the
I do
prince.
apologize.
I was wondering if
always was a bit of a workaholic. Huntresses, was it? Peculiar things.
Oh, I found the cat.
Jesus Christ, little. Ooh, okay. That was that got deep real quick, just from loaning. Well, cause like loaning through. Hold on, I didn't recognize that name. Okay, but it's like the things that you constantly have to fight against, the things that are constantly weighing you down, because there's always this constant idea of like some people think like what it is to be human, to be alive, what's the goal in life and stuff, and all the pain that comes along with that. It's just like, in the end, a lot of people think, is it worth it? But you know, here again, it's like there's these shadow versions of themselves of the volume ones, which look greater than my engine, by the way. But it's like, you know, they'll sitting there regaling all the trauma they went through, all the pain they went through. You know, Yang's like, you're not whole, you know, through all this fight, you've lost your arm. Well, it's like you've lost your kingdom, you've lost the name to the She Dust Company. You know, with Blake, it's like you're literally trying to solve race relations that have been going on for how long? You know, it's like you can't. They're all huge tasks to do that by your own, or to have that burden to yourself. But it comes with what it is, you know, the good and the bad. It's like, yeah, you may have lost a kingdom, but it's like, hey, you still have your friends, you still have your sister, you still save the people of that kingdom. You know, even though the She name doesn't mean anymore right now, you can help rebuild that legacy. You, Whitley, Winter, all of them. It's like, you know, with Blake, you know, you ran away to the right thing, but you also figured out that isn't what you want. That isn't the way you want to move forward and have, like, you know, have her people actually elevated. So what do? They tore down that version of the right thing, and now her father, her mother, I'm sure if she had a son for help, he would be they're building up this new movement to, again, try and push it in a different way to where you won't have the more violent side, you know, be the voice for all of the people. Because no matter what, again, and it's one of those things of just speaking as a minority myself. It's one of those things where it's just like, if one of y'all do something bad, it's going to affect all of you. So you have to kind of be there to combat that, show a different side of that, you know. And again, that's what she's doing. And again, did I touch on Yang? I don't remember. But again, but it's like, you know, for Yang, this journey, again, has caused her problems. She lost part of herself. Has PTSD, you know, although we're not too much into that anymore now, which I kind of wish there was more. But still, you know, all that trauma of going through this fight. But again, through coming back to her team, she's able to be there for her sister. She's able to be there for Blake. She's again able to play that big sister role for Team RWBY, you know, and fulfill that and make sure she's safe, make sure they're safe, you know. And then you come back to RWBY, who's again had these little fairy tale ideas of, oh, this is what it means to be a huntress, and then you get thrown into the deep end, and it's like, huh. So this is what Crow was doing the entire time. He fighting against an evil, immortal witch who wants to destroy the world. That's not what I dreamed of, you know. You do that. You go through stuff like Beacon. You go through stuff like Atlas. You know, you have minor victories like Mistral. I mean, I call that a minor victory because even though the school is still standing, a lot of the teachers there were dead. Lionheart betrayed them and is dead. You know, the relic they got from there is gone now. So I'm calling it a minor victory, but still, like, you're pretty much again behind the 8 ball. You know, so you're questioning, what I'm doing right? Is there a better way to be doing this? Am I in a position where I should be leader? You know, because again, they're looking towards you. I say you, but you know, you as in RWBY. They're looking towards you to lead them. You're making these choices. You know, they will follow your lead. You tell them to do something, they're gonna do it. You know, and you have all these people's lives on your hands. And sure, ours is there, but like, you know, you say y'all two are basically collaborating to try and scrounge up whatever you can, and at the very least, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess prolong what seems like the inevitable, basically. So it's just like it has to be weighing on her in that moment, which is why she's so not confident in what it means to be a huntress. And I love that so much, and I almost love that as much as I love the other 3 of them being as resolute as they are in their ideals, because it again shows that, like, even though they're all going through this, you know, it's still weighing down on RWBY way more. You know, it's like that talk she had with Jean back in Volume 1. It's like you can't really question yourself anymore. It's like you have people depending on you. So it's just like nope, you just gotta do it. Nope. It's like but what if you fail? Nope. But what if you're questioning yourself? Nope. You just can't, you know. So, man, I'm loving this volume. If you couldn't tell by that little rant I went on, just it's not even a rant. It's not a rant, whatever. But I'm loving this volume. I'm loving the characters in it. 4 episodes in, a little worried that we haven't seen John yet. You know, we've seen only a glimpse of Neo, so I want to see more of them too, because I think this volume is only, what, 10 episodes, right? And we're almost halfway done, so I really want to see more of them as well, just to get more of their perspective. And because we haven't seen much of them, which is why I'm kind of more confident now that Neo's not dying in this volume. I thought she might have been, but now I'm pretty confident she's not. So again, this was great. I want to look over it again. But for now, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.